Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Dynasty Warriors 9. So I made a video a little while ago about Zerfall's live stream and how that was going to prevent me from recording stuff. Let's just say that a larger change in my level of free time has affected that more than anything. I haven't played this game in probably a month, and I don't think I'll have time to get more than maybe 3 videos in the can now. By the time I get back to playing Neo, I don't even know if I'll remember what Neo's about. I'll have the main character and I'm going like, wait a minute, am I in Japan? What the fuck am I doing in Japan? Am I in space? Am I Commander Shepard? Anyway, but we got a little time here that I feel like recording, and I didn't feel like recording RTK, and I don't have enough time to actually get quasi-good at playing Neo. So let's play this game where you pretty much never lose, you just slog your way through a dreadfully dull game. I mean, I was about to apologize for being too hard on the game. Like, I'm just kidding, folks, it's not a bad game. And then this. I was just about to talk about how I'm being too hard on the game, folks, for comic purposes. It's really not that terrible. That's what I was setting up a little gag of, like, the same thing with Mass Effect Andromeda. The online hate was so strong, I would just slag the game off and then say, you know what, folks, I'm kidding around. The game's actually pretty enjoyable if you just take the time to play it. But no, this game freaking, as I'm getting ready to set that joke up, it hits me with, oh, by the way, your save file's corrupted. Yeah, we don't really know what the fuck that's going on with that, you know. So we should be starting a new act, because I think I got to the end of an act in my last session before calling it. And this has got to be pretty close to the end of the Wei story mode. I mean, Cao Pi has like a...
Master Cao Pi, Wu has built a wall that spans several
Wait, who built a wall?
leagues along the Shangjiang.
What's a league? What are you talking about? Are we in China?
Sounds like quite a sight. I'll give it to Wu. They sure know how to make an impression.
Oh, no, don't give it to me, sir. Give it to them.
It seems they also possess talented men who can help in their efforts to conquer the land.
Well, yeah.
It may be difficult to launch an attack on them
So your
now.
father spent his life trying to beat these guys and never quite did
I'm not
it.
sure. Although Wu won the Battle of Ealing, their
And the
strength
Battle
is
of Jericho.
probably at a low right now.
Why?
As
How do you
such,
figure that?
it's highly unlikely they managed to build these walls in such a short amount of time.
But they're there! We're looking at them!
I see. There must be some secret behind them.
They're
However,
invisible.
no matter
They're
what, it
phantom
is clear
walls.
that Wu is not to be underestimated.
Says who? Says who?
I fought in battle with the men of Wu at Perfect
Perfect?
and found them all to be honorable warriors, both intelligent and brave.
There were millions of them, and all of them are intelligent and
It
brave.
is
I didn't
just
come
as
across
you
a
say,
single
my
guy who was just
The
putting up a
true
front.
threat of Wu lies in the personnel it has managed to assemble. As such, we must strive to match them in both wisdom and valor. Let us go forth and display the talent that the forces of Wei possess.
Nah, I changed my mind. Let's go build like let's go build a tower and name it after some birds and write poems and
Wu
shit.
is weak after its fight with Shu. This is our best chance to finally bring an end to those meddling fools for good.
The cursed mountebank. So this has got to be pretty close to the end. I think we just started this act actually. Like we got through enough cinematics and saved that it's not making us go all the way back to the narration. But that's Fan Castle. So you got Chengdu, that's your capital of Shu. Fan Castle is now part of Wu territory because this was the area that what's his face? This is the territory that was held by Guan Yu, yeah. So Wu is kind of like got all this territory now. And we've, Hefei I still think belongs to Wei. Even though there's Wu guys here. Maybe they did take over this zone at some point. They don't have a GOP though. So Wei is kind of like Hanzhong, so I think Wei is kind of like here. everything north of this line. Shu is kind of trapped in the corner over here without a whole lot of great cities, and Wu is here. And that's kind of what China looks like right now. The last thing I really remember Cao Pi doing in the books is he leads an unsuccessful invasion of Yu, as it's called now. Basically, Cao Pi decides, I'm going to attack Wu, and he attacks Wu, and Sima Yi is not particularly involved in that one. Sima Yi leads a big unsuccessful attack against Shu, which in this version of things, your attacks are always successful, and then at the last minute you decide not to go through with them for some stupid-ass reason. What were these? This like Saber Gateway, I wonder. Anyway, so for some dumbass reason, you decide not to finish off Shu, and you just back off. But that's Sima Yi's big attack, and Zhuge Liang fends him off. So Cao Pi, without really engaging Sima Yi so much, attacks Wu, and that also fails. And this is the series of battles, or spoilers, I guess. Although in pretty much every other game, I guess from Dynasty Warriors, I guess like 7 onwards, where they set up like a big part of Sun Xuan's personal journey to being a ruler is he becomes like just personally deeply afraid of Zhang Liao, and he faces off with Zhang Liao and kills him in this battle. Now there's no historical basis whatsoever to Sun Xuan even fighting in this battle, but this is the battle where I just blanked on his name. I just said it a minute ago. I'm just completely blanking on his name. Zhang Liao. This is the campaign where Zhang Liao dies, and I don't really remember Cao Pi doing much after this. There's a big stretch of like the Wu storylines are all probably going to end with their victory here, because we're going to attack Wu and fail. Although, and I'm sure in this game, we'll attack Wu and we'll defeat them at every turn and then say, we'd better march back, our supply lines are overextended, or some nonsense. But yeah, Wei launches an unsuccessful attack against Wu, and this is probably where the Wu storylines will all end. If anybody still has any storyline stuff to do, it's going to be involved with... There was something with Wu supporting some guys who were in an anti-Suma group within Wei before Wei completely fell apart and they got taken out and stuff. I don't remember the Jin story as well as the rest of the stories. But yeah, this has got to be it for Wei, because all that's really left after this was once Zhuge Liang has a whole series of missions where he's trying to attack Wei before he dies, because he knows basically if he dies and it's left to Liu Shan, that Shu will just like wither and die, which is essentially what happens. Although some people would say Jiang Wei's manic attempts to keep up Zhuge Liang's dream hastens its demise, and that it might have lasted longer had it just settled down to defend itself. But either way, yeah, Zhuge Liang is going to try to take out Wei, and it's not going to work. But I think most of those battles are going to be fought in A, when you're playing as Shu officers, and B, when you're playing as Jin officers. Although Zhang He, if anybody is going to have a part to play in those, it's going to be Zhang He. That's why he makes the most sense to be playing as, if you're trying to see as much of the Wei story as possible from a Wei character's perspective. Because he ultimately meets his fate. He's one of the Wei generals who's trying to defend like Tian Shui and Jieting and cities like that from Zhuge Liang's northern expeditions. And he's one of the guys that Zhuge Liang fears the most, so he comes up with a particularly detailed plan to make sure, there's whole massive armies of millions of soldiers marching around, but I'm going to make my plans based entirely around killing Zhang He, which does eventually happen. But that comes after this unsuccessful invasion of Wu, and basically, like from this point on, the big push in the narrative, like Dynasty Warriors 5 always wrapped up with Wuzhang Plains. There was one Wu versus Shu mission late game, and one Wu versus Wei mission late game, which were both kind of vaguely not based on anything real. I guess the Wei versus Wu story was kind of based on this battle we're about to do now, actually. But yeah, like Wu and Shu never fight each other again after this. It's just Shu attacking Wei and meeting their end at the Wujiang Plain. Like their big last-ditch effort at Wujiang Plain fails, and Shu just kind of sits there while Wei. You have all the Jin missions, which will probably involve Jin people fighting Wei people to take control of Wei, and then eventually finishing off Shu. And Wu, like no Dynasty Warriors game has bothered to show the collapse of Wu, because it really just was, by the time Jin had knocked out Shu and came knocking on Wu's door just collapsed under the weight of someone knocking on it, and there was no one on the other side of it defending it anymore. That being said, I guess what I'm getting at is the road ahead for rulers really feels like it's either the very, very end of the Wei story, or Zhang He might just have a little bit left to do in Chapter 11 because he's Zhang He and he actually stuck around. Oh, meanwhile, a camp has just appeared around me. And I just musoed because I forgot what button does what, because I haven't played in a couple of weeks. Luckily, I'll get that back. So, let's see. We can secure a marching route. I'd probably finish this LP by now of the Wei store if I didn't do all these side missions. Let's figure out the mystery of the giant castle wall, the mystery of the desert. Let's fast travel to the location of the mystery of the giant wall. There's a great wall in China? We must investigate. This is not the same wall. I guess that's kind of close to where this objective is. This is someplace. It's not going to let me fast travel there now because it's held by the enemy, but I think I've been here before. Okay, I just hit the opposite. I guess there is a trot button. I did not realize this. This is probably real useful when riding around in a city and trying not to fall off the walls.
We cannot afford to lose this position.
Sure
I
not.
shall personally see to its defense.
What are you sniffing about at? I'll defeat you here.
I find that unlikely.
Ugh! What interference is this? Is there some secret about those castle walls?
Is there some secret about those castle walls?
I'm happy to find such a worthy opponent.
Well, I can't find
I
you.
shall
Where you at,
deal
man?
with that one myself.
Oh, okay. I'm all over the place as far as trying to figure out what buttons do what. Okay, so if I defeat you, I learned the mystery of the desert, or
Not strong enough.
I may not be able to figure out which button makes you run fast. But I can certainly defeat enemies easily.
Thank you.
Wasn't very long.
Secret to those walls. We need to infiltrate Jiang.
There's a secret to the walls. Yeah.
Take this letter to the pier in the east, and then we can cross to Jianye.
Okay.
As always, my victories are tinged.
All right,
with
so I got to
beauty.
take a letter to the pier. Wait, am I already in Jianye? No, this is Ruzhoukou. So if I take it to the port, hey, there's Juji boy. All right, so where am I supposed to be going? Defeat Jianquan. I did that. You know, the temptation to just finish this whole battle off and advance the plot is strong. The thing is, I really haven't decided yet. I know the viewers dwindle. Any of these LPs, the longer they go, the more people trail off. I don't know that I've got that many people watching this thing at this point. Probably more than I'm watching Neo or Secret of Evermore if I ever get that going again. But frankly, I haven't really decided if I'm going to do Wei and Shu at this point. Or Shu and Wu and Jin. I don't know, man. I don't know. Game kind of sucks. So, wait a second. Was that... Wait, that was it? Wipe out the... Well, what was the secret of the giant wall? Yeah. Battle for an important base. We never found out what the secret of the giant wall... Here's a master sniper. Shoot arrows at the approaching enemy and defend the gates. That one sounds like an actual bonus mission with a slightly different game mechanic involved. Crazy, huh? Alright, let's wipe out the transport unit. That's what they want me to do next, anyway. Yeah, so the mystery of the giant walls, there's bandit chiefs chilling out deep in the woods. The mystery of the giant wall remains a mystery. Only way to solve it would be to travel back in time to when Cao Cao was fleeing to the Battle of Cherbian, but running around in that one city like we never could. Oh, my horse is exhausted. So that's it. Oh, come on, my horse can easily climb this.
This spot is unprotected. I'll cede to its defense.
Good. Good. We've stolen what we came for.
Wait, what?
Retreat before the Wei forces find us.
Juran, are you doing funny
Materials
voices?
from Perfei have been stolen by the Wu forces. We need to recover them quickly.
Oh, great. This one has multiple objectives. I wonder if this is failable. Like, you hit them in the wrong order, you don't hit them fast enough.
Leave my supply unit alone. You mess with me, and you're likely to get burned.
Let me stand next to your fire.
Yes. Almost made our escape. Hurry and deliver these supplies.
Oh, I'm gonna fail. I'm supposed to have guarded an escape point or something.
Just a little more, and we can retreat. Everyone, hurry with those supplies.
Hey, you jerk.
Everyone, hurry! We've almost.
Yeah, I know. I've screwed it up. I don't... So I get game over for this? I forgot about that. These optional missions, you just get game over.
Good. Good. We've stolen what we came for.
What is going on with Juran? He's changing voice every line. Fine, let me fail one optional mission and continue on, game. I mean, seriously. I guess they're like assuming you're going to want to do the mission successfully. But the side missions, I mean, you seriously have less freedom than you do. It's like, yeah, you have this huge open world map, but like in frickin'.
Good. We've stolen what we came for.
In frickin'.
Before the Wei forces find us.
Materials from Perfei have been stolen by the Wu forces. We need to recover them quickly.
Like in in any other Dynasty Warriors game, you could fail individual side missions.
Hey, leave my supply unit alone. You mess with me, and you're likely to get burned.
Yes. Almost made
Well, where are they trying to get to? Oh, they're trying to get to the other end of the city.
Hurry and deliver these supplies.
I think.
Hurry! We've almost finished the delivery.
Okay, I should be able to get to the point they're trying to escape to. Alright, so I could be able to take them out now. Yeah.
Now forward!
Okay, let me make sure nobody got behind me. He's all that's left. I guess I took out the lesser guys. Yay, I think that means I did it. I got a gem.
My fire attacks never fail.
Is that gone?
How can such a thing happen?
I got the lightning lord gem.
Unit found close to Zhang He. Lady 1E is going on ahead.
Ganing, why are you hanging around in the city in civilian clothes? Look at all the weapons here. It's important to use a lighter weapon. So apparently Ganing is just like hanging out, chatting with the Wei officers. We're invading Wu. Because, you know, why wouldn't he be? He should be dead. Because this is taking place after the battle, I think Yiling, whichever the big battle where Liu Bei was invading Wu to get revenge for the death of Guan Yu. Yeah, Wu wins that battle, but Guan Yu or Gan Ning doesn't survive it. So I guess we just encountered the ghost of Gan Ning hanging out at a place with this thing and the guys. I guess we found the ghost of Gan Ning chillaxing at we found the ghost of Gan Ning chillaxing and watching, you know, looking at a place you can buy wappets. Recently, as in yesterday, I watched the Rift Tracks. Rift Tracks has gone back. They will occasionally go back and do a Rift Tracks version. Yeah, I know I passed a bunch of resources. I don't care. They'll do a Rift Tracks version of an MST3K movie they did. Like they did that with Time Chasers. They've done that with Monos. They recently did that with Space Mutiny. While it was fun, in part because you got to see additional footage from Space Mutiny that was edited out, they didn't make reference to wappets at all.
Advance! Do not slow down. Advance!
Yeah, whatever. Dance. So who am I supposed to be fighting here? Yeah, as always, I jump into the middle of a battle, and none of this matters except finding one officer who actually affects the plot.
Where do you think you're going? I'm not letting you take another step.
This game would be... There's a couple of things you could do to make this game better. One of them would be getting away from a flaw. Like, I remember really enjoying Dynasty Warriors 5 the first few times I played it, and eventually some of the things I learned that made me better at the game made it less enjoyable, such as for a long, like the first many times I played that game, I would fight everyone I came across. And I would march along, and I would try to pay attention to what the dialogue was saying and pause and look at the map and figure out what my particular officer or portion of the army was supposed to be doing. But I would fight everybody and clear out a whole area before proceeding, which is kind of how Destiny mode of RTK, or Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends works. But really none of the others work that way. You got to run past all the fodder and just fight the officers, or you'll be at it all day. This game would be vastly improved if your character doesn't take place in every single battle, but every battle he is in, or she's in, you really have to fight that way, like be part of a more organized effort, and not just go defeat the officers and ignore everyone else, and eventually you'll win. That's like a problem with the Dynasty Warriors series as opposed to just this game. But I really feel it in this game because the map is so massive. It feels like you could have a much more of a strategic effect on what's happening, except none of these battles that are taking place mean anything. It's just a matter of accomplish each objective before eventually so much time has passed that your dude gets defeated, although even that generally doesn't happen. I don't know, I'm not making any sense in my trying to get at is that it would feel cooler if you were like, I thought I just did this. Okay. It would feel cooler to recapture some of that spirit of Dynasty Warriors 5. Sneak in from the southern bank. Sure, we'll do all the side quests. Why not? And then I think when I upload the last video of Zhang He's story, I need to take a break from this game where I'm going to basically put it to the viewers, hey, who would watch me play more of this game? Like, who wants to see more and who doesn't? Because I'm willing to let it go. I don't know when Bobo and I are ever going to be able to, like, I'm not thrilled about it, but as far as, like, people having real lives to conduct and not having a lot of opportunities to get together and play silly video games, like, I'm prepared for the fact that Bobo and I may never get to, well, why the heck did you teleport down there? Yeah, why would I fast travel there? I was about to cross all the water, and I'm like, no, wait, I don't think I even have to do that. But yeah, like, Bobo and I may never finish the Shu hypothetical path and the entire Jin story from Dynasty Warriors 8. And part of me is like, well, if I had this perfect record of getting all these games fully complete, which would be wrecked by not finishing this game, I'd feel a little bad. But seeing as, like, Dynasty Warriors 8 complete, ironically, is the LP that will not be complete, I'm more willing to just say, you know what? You've seen the Dynasty Warriors overall story in various other games that Bobo and I have LP'd that were more enjoyable. And this is just going to keep getting, you know, like, I'd be willing to say I'm not playing through all these other stories. But I'd also be willing to do it if people are still enjoying it. Like, sometimes I'll go back and really not enjoy doing a video, but then when I go back and watch, I'm like, that was one of my more entertaining videos because I was so annoyed with the game the whole time.
That's a letter from Master Liu Ye, is it not? Very well. We set sail at once.
Oh, hey. Maybe I'm not giving the game enough
I
credit.
hate to ask for something in return, but maybe you could help me out.
You're the boat captain. Do your boat thing.
I need gene herbs. Find them at Molin Fort, a ways on from where we dock.
Molin Fort. Sure. This is going to complete. This is going to make new missions available. But I was also thinking, like, okay, yeah, see, now... You know what, I'm not even gonna... I guess I'm supposed to use the boat. Let's see if I can use the boat like you're supposed to. But yeah, it's like, oh, hey, maybe finding out the secret of those walls is back on, guys. Where's the boat, though? You're the boat master? You're saying that I'll find the herbs where we dock, but you're not going to take me over there? Alright, you know what? Fine. I don't need your boat. I'm going to teleport to this watchtower because it's far enough away from the plot that the game apparently forgets that I shouldn't be able to cross the water here. Jiao Zhuan has been defeated. He's significantly less of a big deal than Jiao Yuan. Man, Wei officers are getting defeated all over the place. They're the way outs. Alright, so I...
Even I'm worried about our defenses here. So
I'm worried about our defenses because we have a history of letting one guy use ninja rope to get over our walls and then defeat an entire castle.
whatever you're selling, I'm most definitely not buying. Now get lost.
No, you're just grumpy because Gan Ning is dead and his ghost is shopping for Wappets rather than visiting you. Ooh, he's got the red grass. That must mean he's got the munchies.
Now forward!
The only way my heart can go. I think I just completely missed my fatal attack. No, he was not able to bear to my fatal attack.
In battle, you show no hesitation whatsoever. At times, I find myself envious of your strength.
He's got knocked the fuck over. I will not be allowed to move until I press the square button, which makes this a fun time. I got the Slash Lord gem. If I don't want to use this gem, I can sell it for a small sum. Anyway, folks, when we come back, and it's appropriate I would get this while fighting the forces once under the command of Sun Tzu. This is kind of self-referential nonsense bullshit. Don't worry about it, guys. When I come back, we will continue with this, and I will continue my passive-aggressive thing with this game. Although it's been mostly aggressive. So see you next time.